This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Forged Irish Stout and Empire Fight Store. Brings me great pleasure, a man who I've known a good couple of years now, but not caught up quite in some time on an interview. Mauricio Sulaiman, how are you, sir?
Very, very well, Charlie. I'm very happy to see you and to talk to you as always.
Let's talk a little bit about it. Let's reflect off the conference out in Uzbekistan. I was seeing it unfold all over social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. It looked like there were so many legends in town as always, but another real great occasion for the WBC.
It was unbelievable and humbling and heartwarming. It was a statement of unity, of the great family that the WBC, that is all about the fighters. We had managers, promoters, fighters, media, referees, judges, doctors, supervisors, all the boxing world was there. We had Mike Tyson, Holyfield. We had Usyk, Chavez, Duran, Siu, Amir Khan, Kovalev, Delphine Persoon, fighters from all over the world. And it was just very gratifying because we had a lot of work. We got a lot of work done. We had fun. We had the great social responsibility moments. And it was just perhaps the best convention ever in the WBC.
Wow, that is some statement. I mean, I suppose then coming off the back of that, I know we have the conventions every single year, but I suppose it must every time you come away and you think, wow, this is how special the sport can be in unity, right? It brings everyone together.
Yes, and the spirit, the atmosphere that you live in these gatherings is so unique. The happiness to say hello to friends, to meet new friends, to see people that have been inspiring the WBC work throughout the years in the whole world. And then you go out with nostalgia and with a warm heart, but a little sadness, because you know it's going to be another year until we meet again, but with a great inspiration and a work plan for the year to come.
Mauricio, let me ask you about Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of big plans, a lot of things going there. Every time people always thanking His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh. You yourself were there, Fury and Garnu, I'm sure, been there prior out in Saudi Arabia for some of these big events. How refreshing is it? We're starting to see all these big fights. I mean, look at the Day of Reckoning card, came together on just 6 weeks' notice. People, lawyers, all promoters collaborating. How refreshing is it for you to see this?
It is unbelievable. It is something that creates excitement and hope to have one of the leaders of the world love boxing and be enthused in boxing, and giving many fighters the opportunity to make great money, great many experiences, and provide future great fights with facts. Fury and Gunn was a great event, was unbelievable, was the beginning of it. Now, the reality is December 23. We have 6 heavyweight fights with the top WBC ranked. We have number 1, 2, 3, 4, number 8, 11, 14. All of them are competing. So this by itself is a WBC tournament of elimination bouts. The WBC ruled that Fury against Usyk is sanctioned for February 17, and we confirmed that a rematch would be sanctioned as well. At this moment, there's no mandatory process, but December 23 is a natural elimination for the future process of mandatory within the WBC. I just have to invite everyone in the boxing industry to support the efforts of Saudi. They're doing something unprecedented. Boxing created Las Vegas. It was through boxing that Las Vegas emerged as a destination. And I am sure that if Saudi Arabia continues and the Middle East continue to grow, then we will see local talent. And I cannot imagine when a first world champion is crowned from the Middle East is going to be huge. So we are all to support the efforts of His Excellency Turkey and his team and everyone who is supporting the sport.
You spoke about the heavyweight rankings, a fight that's been discussed for years and years, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Now we understand that they both have to get through their tasks on December 23rd. Anthony Joshua with Otto Wallin, of course, and then Deontay Wilder with Joseph Parker. But there's been a clear statement of intent from Eddie Hearn, members of Deontay Wilder's team, in staging that fight twice in 2024 out in Saudi Arabia, likely to the two fights of Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I believe there's some talk on your side about that being a final eliminator for the WBC. Do you think 2025 could even host a position where we see the winner of those two fights and the winner of both Fury Usyk fights then clashing for the best?
That would be a sensational path. We are not promoters. We do not control the destiny in many aspects, but we do have a very close relationship with the members of the fighters team and the promoters, and all we try to do is mediate and enhance the possibility of great fights happening. So without a doubt, any of the fighters from December 23, all the winners will emerge as potential challengers for the title. And I'm just incredibly enthused to see all these tournaments happening.
Let's talk a little bit about reflect on the weekend in Dublin, Ireland. Chantelle Cameron and Katie Taylor. It was the rematch. It went Katie Taylor's way, but not without a little bit of controversy. Obviously, the headbutt early on that opened a big cut with Chantelle Cameron, and also sort of a little bit of talk about the scoring, why the knockdown wasn't ruled. What was your reflection from the weekend? And obviously, quite keen in seeing a trilogy for that one. A lot of boxing fans.
Well, my first reaction is complete satisfaction of knowing that women's boxing is a reality. Complete satisfaction to see two undisputed fighters fighting each other for the second time, and the way they gave themselves for the benefit of the fans and the everybody watching is just so humbling. I take the high road and take the positive, but also see a case with Cameron regarding that first round that could have been ruled a knockdown. We have insisted so much in the use of instant replay worldwide. Sometimes jurisdictions do not use it. And of course, a headbutt has great influence because it changes your strategy, changes your, bless you, your
Thank you.
You know, you have blood going into your eyes, you have the concern of having a cut. So it is what it is. I am certain there will be a third fight. We will do everything needed to guarantee that the third fight takes place with the WBC support. But I'll take the high road and congratulate both of them. They're warriors, now one-on-one. And we will see what happens in the next fight.
Katie Taylor being a trailblazer, certainly for women's boxing, two-time undisputed now, held that WBC strap, which is a very prestigious one for her. Two fights outside of the 135 division where she also is undisputed. Are there any plans in sort of the belts there and mandatories on that side of stuff?
Not at all. We're going to support Katie Taylor's stance. If she's doing the trilogy with Chantelle Cameron, we will fully support in both weight categories.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about David Benavidez, a tremendous win at the weekend over Demetrius Andrade. People keep talking about the Canelo fight. Canelo said he's got to earn his stripes. That's now a win over Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade. Do you see that fight in 2024? Is that something you intend on mandating at all? Obviously, he is the interim champion. He's got a close working relationship with the WBC. It would be an absolutely huge fight for all involved.
Absolutely. It's a huge fight. Benavidez has established himself. He made a huge statement on Saturday, knocking out Andrade, undefeated, two-time champion. And these are the fights that make boxing. We spoke about Spence and Crawford for years. We spoke about Pacquiao and Mayweather for years, Chavez, Camacho. These are the excitement that bring the fans the will to expect a huge fight, and this has all the elements to be one of those. We're gonna give the proper attention and administration throughout the process. Hopefully, it will get done, and I'm certain the fight will take place 2024.
He's came out and said that if the rumors of the Canelo Alvarez and Munguia fight in May are true, then he will ask Al Haymon to fight Jamal Charlo to prove that he is the best and give Canelo no choice to face him in September. Is that credit to his character and how he will be willing to fight anyone to get that shot?
Yeah, Benavidez is a real incredible fighter that has all the elements, and his willingness to fight anyone at any time is a proof of that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Jaime Munguia, obviously rumored to fight John Ryder in January. I know from the convention you explained how happy you were and proud of John Ryder, that performance out in Guadalajara. A tough fight in itself. Is there any chance, we see maybe the Benavidez fight before Munguia for Canelo?
I don't know. As I say, we're not promoters. There are things that we would love to see, but there are things that we just have to try to support. Munguia is the WBC silver champion, tremendous fighter. His last fight against Derbachenko was so exciting, and he's on top of the top. He's got many options and many great things that could be made for his career.
Mauricio, just finally from me, we've sort of had news in the last 24 hours ago that the British Boxing Board of Control have rejected Conor Benn's application to fight Chris Eubank Jr. in the UK, while the jurisdiction and the appeal in the UK case remains ongoing. Obviously, you yourself at the WBC, you've put him back in the ranking. That is a process that is still going on. What are your thoughts at how it's still unfolding?
I just learned about this matter a few minutes ago, so I'm not really with the information that I could make a responsible comment. What I can say is that Benn is not suspended in any jurisdiction. He just fought in the United States, and the WBC does not license fighters. That's a matter that has to do with the local authority of a country or a state. We do grant and honor suspensions, and we investigate specific cases. Conor Benn had a adverse finding process with the WBC, which was ruled last February, and he fought, so he's ranked. So I don't know about anything right now of any prohibition. There are many fighters that have licenses away from their home or their citizenship. Many of them, for example, Tyson Fury, I believe he did not have a license or does not have a license with the BBBoC. So I'm not certain. Okay. But I hope that things get fixed and they get in the way to have great fights happen.
Well, Mauricio, thank you for taking the time to speak to us Thursday morning. I assume you're in Mexico. Lovely to speak to you again, and congratulations off the back of the conference in Uzbekistan.
Thank you so much, Charlie. God bless, and I hope to see you soon.
See you soon.